A week after a disturbing and inexcusable loss following a bye week to an otherwise lifeless New York Giants team, the very least the Chiefs might have been expected to do against Buffalo on Sunday at Arrowhead Stadium was demonstrate what an aberration that was. This was the time to make a stand and see some redemption and a reset for the stretch. Instead, they doubled down on the sheer futility to make it clear. The loss to the Giants was no blip but stands for the truth of a season that's suddenly gone terribly wrong. With Sunday's feeble 16-10 loss to the Bills, any lingering sense of promise suggested by a 5-0 start that included wins at New England and over Philadelphia has evaporated. It was fool's gold inside a mirage within a hallucination. Speaking of things you can't believe you're witnessing, consider these telling follies from an actual NFL team in its 11th game of the season. Tyreek Hill and Albert Wilson with a slapstick routine miscommunicating and running to the same spot for a screen pass that neither could catch, a fine microcosm of the day. The Chiefs at one point having 12 men on the field on defense with no one even trying to leave the field realizing he was redundant. Marcus Peters misjudging, or something, a Tyrod Taylor pass to whiff on a sure pick six. Travis Kelce in the Wildcat, running an apparent read option. And Alex Smith for the second straight week being so off-kilter in so many ways as to leave you wondering if something's wrong with his arm or has gotten in his head after a pretty marvelous first half of the season. We could go on and on and on, but you get the idea. Jerry Sullivan, Tyrod Taylor deserves better from Bills coach Sean McDermott. A once riveting team to watch, one with intriguing potential, has abruptly disintegrated into an uninspired, undisciplined spectacle, a team that coach Andy Reid inexplicably has failed to prepare properly the last two games. So much so that it couldn't even compel half the fans in the stadium to stick around with a chance to win late on a gorgeous day. This ball has been rolling downhill, and the more losses you get, the harder the ball is to stop rolling in the wrong direction, linebacker Derek Johnson said. This is one of those games where you need to get it. Now, any notion the Chiefs were on some inside track to their first Super Bowl in nearly 50 years has gravitated back to earth with 3 losses in 4 games before these 2 debacles. But because of the brilliant start, it also was easy to rationalize that stretch as part of the natural ebb and flow of the season. Especially with a remarkably cushy final 7 games remaining that the Chiefs rationally figured to have a chance to sweep and enter the playoffs with some momentum. Then came this nonsense against the Giants and Bills, encapsulated in scoring 1 touchdown in 2 games against teams that respectively had given up 82 and 101 points in their previous 2 outings. All of a sudden, it's entirely reasonable to wonder whether the Chiefs, 6-5, even can hold on to the AFC West as San Diego, 5-6, lurks just a game behind despite starting 0-4. At least no one can say they're being set up for more playoff heartbreak anymore.